The faucet in the Simpson family's yard had been leaking for a long time. The water drips created an underground passage. Beneath it, the first generation of the Simpson family was buried, and there were even dinosaur fossils. Finally, the water dripped into an underground lake. Lake water surged into the cracks, forming an underground void below. By chance, Marge was driving by. Her car suddenly fell into the pit. Marge remembered there was an emergency sinkhole toolkit in the car. As the Simpsons were about to leave, the sheriff's car also fell into the pit.
So, what seems to be the problem?
Soon, the news station reported the sinkhole. The expanding sinkhole severely affected the daily lives of the residents. A temporary wooden bridge was set up outside Moe's Tavern.
Hey, you guys wait for coming in. Try to land on the other traitors.
The sheriff decided to push a tire mountain into the sinkhole, but Marge's car was still inside. Then the mayor ordered the sinkhole to be filled as quickly as possible. That day, Bart and Milhouse suddenly noticed that Lisa didn't take the school bus after class. They decided to follow Lisa.
Well, if they're not taking the bus, neither am I.
I'm going to an accident!
Lisa took a taxi and left. Bart picked up a note she had dropped.
The 5 boxing wizards jump quickly. My sisters finally become mildly interesting.
That night, he searched for clues in Lisa's room. He imagined Lisa would be boxing with a magician. At that moment, Lisa came back. Bart made an excuse to leave. The next day, Bart gathered all of Lisa's ex-boyfriends and asked them to help him uncover Lisa's secret. So each of them disguised themselves and followed Lisa. So, they went to Skinner for help. Skinner noticed the blue circle on the paper. This paper was only used by the former principal, Meredith. Then he took the children to Meredith's house.
I know why they're here, because they can't let me have a secret. It drives them crazy.
It turned out that Lisa had been learning cursive with Meredith, because the current school didn't teach this writing style, so she came here to learn.
I hope you're happy. You all just wasted your time working your way into an after-school class.
What fun.
On the other side, Marge decided to buy a new car. The car salesman thought she didn't know anything about cars and secretly raised the price. But Marge didn't care about the makeup mirror. She asked about the engine and then found the car's lowest price online. In the end, she bought the car at the lowest price. Homer thought the car size was just right, but Marge felt there was a strange smell in the car. Homer told her to stop at the supermarket, then bought 2 hot dogs to cover up the smell. But Marge still thought there was a weird smell. She believed the car was flawed. However, the mechanic said the car was fine. He thought Marge didn't like the car for psychological reasons. When they got home, Homer asked Marge if she had something on her mind. Marge felt that the backseat was too small for the kids. If they had another child, there wouldn't be enough space.
This car is basically saying no more babies.
Oh, I really wish I had fixed that faucet.
Homer didn't want to have another child at all, but he couldn't refuse Marge's request, so the two went back to their room to try. But a week later, Marge still wasn't pregnant, so they went to the hospital for Homer to get checked. The doctor had Homer look at his sperm quality under a microscope, so Marge couldn't have any more children with Homer. They went to the bar to drink. Everyone knew Homer couldn't get Marge pregnant. Moe told Homer to get back the sperm he donated when he was younger. Marge was happy because they still had a chance to have a child. Homer wanted to refuse her.
Gotta tell Marge you really don't want another kid. I hope it's twins. How bad did it be?
Homer could only take Marge to a sperm bank, but he deliberately took a detour to a tourist spot on the way. Then they spent the day there. In the evening, they found a hotel to stay in. At this point, Homer finally told her the truth. He didn't want any more children. Marge was very angry. She kicked Homer out. Homer had to spend the night at the Doghouse Motel across the street. The next day, Marge was still very angry. They went to a restaurant to eat. Homer saw a family with many children. He watched the father playing with the kids. He suddenly felt that having another child might be a good idea. So he and Marge went to the sperm donation place. But Homer's last sample had already been selected by another couple. When the couple learned that the sperm sample was Homer's, they immediately gave it up, while Marge was looking at the photos on the wall. Marge suddenly decided not to have children, because there were already too many of Homer's children in the world. After seeing the septuplets on the wall, Homer also gave up on having kids. When they got home, they took the kids to watch an outdoor movie.